Well, fellow bagel lovers and foodie enthusiasts, we've taken you to some of the best bagel spots in the city. From Ess-a-Bagel to H&H Bagels to Black Seed Bagels, all over the place. We've let you taste all the wonderful, incredible bagels that they have to offer in the city. Number 6 was Absolute Bagel. For me, for Young. Yeah. We both thought Absolute Bagel just didn't measure up to the others. They were okay. Yes. I thought they probably could have used some more salt. I think that probably would have given it a little better flavor. You know, it was still a good bagel. It just wasn't a blow me away, lie on the floor and twitch type of bagel. Today we're on the Upper West Side, and I can tell because this is an Asian part of town, because we've got tea parlors, ramen shops, sushi places everywhere around here. There's a hot pot place just down the street. But we're standing in front of Absolute Bagels. Absolute Bagels is a bagel store that opened in 1996. It's become very popular here in New York. They have classic New York bagels with a chewy interior and a crispy exterior, and they're very, very popular. So we're looking forward to trying them. And I've never had Absolute Bagels before, so this should be fun. One everything bagel with lox spread, one everything bagel with scallion, cream cheese, and tomato.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So we came down the street to Blue Bottle Coffee to get some coffee with our bagels. That's good because Blue Bottle is Young's favorite coffee shop. And Absolute Bagels was featured in Food and Wine and Eater and the New York Times. And it's very popular. And if you go, you got to bring your money because it's cash only. So we got Young's Everything Bagel with lox spread. I got a buttered onion bagel. Scallion, cream cheese, and tomato. Now this bagel, they undersalted a little bit. It's not as salty as some of the other bagels. It's a little chewy, it's a little crisp. I think it's a good bagel. I do like the others better, but this one's good. So we agreed that the cream cheese is a little watery here. It's not as solid as some of the other cream cheeses we've had at other bagel places. But this is not my favorite bagel. I actually miss the salt in the bagel. Young likes the fact that it's not salty, but she feels the bagel's too hard. I think mine was chewy and it was crispy, so the texture was good, the flavor was good. It could have used a little more salt, but it was a good bagel. New York and bagels go together like bacon and eggs.
Yes.
So
but bagel in New York, it really excites me.
Yeah, New York bagels are better than bagels you get just about anywhere else. They say it's the water, you know, and the water comes down from the Adirondacks and it's very pure. And it's probably got a certain number of minerals, and it adds to the flavor and the chewiness. But I will say New York bagels are probably better than most bagels I've tried anywhere else. Maybe we're not qualified to judge bagels because we don't live here in New York.
Yeah,
because I will tell you, there was a big long line at Absolute Bagel. People really love that place.
This is just our opinion. It's not saying...
It's our opinion? Oh my God.
It's number 5. What is your number 5?
Number 5, I would say probably Tompkin Square Bagels. I thought Tompkin Square Bagels were good. They were a little out of the way because they're in the East Village, I think, and I didn't think they were really super special. I thought they were good. And there are people who, you know, Tompkin Square Bagels, that's it for them. That is the best bagel there is. I like the fact that there was a lot of variety available at Tompkins Square. You know, they had lots of good spreads, they had lots of bagels, but the bagels themselves just, they seemed good, but not amazing. Tompkins Square Bagels is one of those places that New Yorkers say has some of the best bagels in the city. Now, I've never tried them, but I figure if they say it's the best, I've got to try it, and that's why we wound up walking a good 20 minutes and spent another 20 minutes on the subway to get here. It's on 2nd Avenue, kind of towards Murray Hill area. It's actually farther south, it's near Union Square. But they're reputed to have some really good bagels. We're gonna get some. Looks like Young's gonna get her fish bagel this time, and I will get my traditional. is warm, so let's see what it tastes like. This is a good bagel. The outside doesn't have the snap that I was looking for, but it is very chewy, and it's a nice chewy bagel. I wouldn't say this is the best, but this is certainly very good, and if you happen to be around in this area, 7th Avenue and 12th Street, or 2nd Avenue and 12th Street, this is a good place to come if you have a bagel. So Young wanted lox on her bagel, but she's very sensitive to salt. So instead of standard lox or gravlax, which they have here, I ordered Nova. Nova tends to be a little less salty than other kinds of lox, and so I think she'll like it. It's a little more like just a plain smoked salmon without a real salty flavor. Let's see how she likes it.
Very excited. Let's see. Bagel is very soft inside. It's really good. Let me see taste the salmon. The fresh salmon is very, very good. It's not salty, not too fishy. It's good bagel.
We are on the Upper East Side in front of Ess-a-Bagel. Ess-a-Bagel is actually known not because their bagels are so great. Their bagels are good, but they're nothing special. What they have inside is they have a whole big variety of different kinds of cream cheeses. And if you don't like cream cheese, you can have tofu. You can get it with lox inside. You can get it with scallions. You can get it with raisins and cinnamon. You know, I mean, they have every kind you want. The only thing they don't have is chopped liver. So if you want that, you got to go somewhere else. But their bagels are good. Their spreads and toppings are really good. Because of the pandemic, they got rid of the tables that you used to be able to sit at and eat. So we're going to wind up going to the subway station nearby and eating there. Notice there's a line here, and there's always a line in front of here anytime after about 7 a.m. So if you're going to go before 7, you'll get right in. Otherwise, anticipate a line. It moves pretty quick. If you just want to pick up bagels and go and you don't want anything on it, you can go in the back. You don't have to stand in the line. We're in the basement of 875 3rd Avenue. It's right next to the subway station. We could just walk out the doors and we'll be in the subway station. This is one of many public spaces in New York. New York City has a lot of public spaces inside buildings and courtyards where people can just sit and relax. They can have a meal. They can enjoy themselves. This is one of them. Given that we couldn't eat in the restaurant at Ess-a-Bagel anymore, I said, let's go to the public space. It's right nearby, and we're going to eat that. Okay, I ordered myself an everything bagel, toasted with scallion cream cheese and tomatoes. Now, a true New Yorker would be aghast at what I ordered because they say when you get a fresh bagel, you should never toast it. You should eat it plain and enjoy the chewiness and enjoy the freshness. Sorry, I like mine toasted with scallion cream cheese and tomato. I'm not a fish person, so I'm not getting the lox. But frankly, I like their bagels and I like their fillings, and I think they do a good job. It's creamy, it's crispy, it's crunchy. It's sweet from the tomato, it's savory from the garlic and sesame seeds and all kinds of toasted stuff on the outside. My favorite New York bagel. Oh, I think Ess-a-Bagel is better than Tompkin Square Bagel.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Ess-a-Bagel has so many different spreads.
Yeah.
They have something like 30 different types of spreads, and they have tofu spreads, and they have cream cheese spreads, and you can get it with sun-dried tomatoes or basil, or you can get it with, I think Ess-a-Bagel was number 4.
Okay.
I like the spreads on the Ess-a-Bagel. The bagels themselves are good. They're really good, and frankly, you know, if I come to New York and all I ever eat are Ess-a-Bagels, I'd be perfectly happy with that, because the bagels themselves are excellent.
Right, he's right. Okay.
Young like black seed bagels, but she likes Montreal bagels. She's not a big bagel person, you know, and I like bagels that have the New York quality, the softness on the inside and the snap on the outside, and the New York flavor. And black seed bagels are a little sweeter. Montreal bagels, they dip it in honey water. You know, the thing is that bagels they're actually a reaction to the anti-Semitism in the 1300s and 1400s in Poland. And so the Jews there couldn't get people to buy their bread because everybody thought they were poisoning the bread and they were dirty. And so what they did was they created the bagel. The bagel is boiled before it's baked. So everyone said, oh, it's clean because it's boiled first. And then they would make the holes in the bread and they'd stick it on a stick and they'd take it around the streets and they could sell it right off the thing. So that's actually the evolution of a bagel. And, you know, and what happens with a bagel, New York bagel, standard style, they actually put lye in the water. And the lye tightens up the dough and it gives it the crispy exterior with the soft interior, and then they bake it. With Montreal, they don't use lye. Instead, they use honey in the water. And it makes the bagel a little bit sweeter and a little bit softer.
Anyway, black seed bagel was really, really good.
For a Montreal-style bagel over a New York-style bagel, and by the way, that's Young. She likes Montreal-style bagels better. There's black seed bagel. They started with one shop, but now they have stores all over the place. We came to the one here in Rockefeller Center because it tends to be a little bit quiet in the morning, and we wanted to come without having to stand in a big long line. Montreal bagels are a little bit sweeter. They're a lot softer than New York bagels. You find them, and they're a bit thinner too. Order the bagel in the store, then you come around back to the store. There's a whole line where you wait for it, and there's a window where you pick up your bagels and you can get your milk for your coffee. So we're waiting in line for our bagels now. Now, as I mentioned, Montreal-style bagels are a little bit thinner than New York-style bagels. They're also a little bit sweeter. I got mine with scallions and tomato on it.
So I just wanted to say about this bagel. I really, really, really like it so much. Bagel is very chewy. It's really, really, really good. I'm gonna really miss it. Look at this, so good.
So yeah, but I thought H&H Bagels were number 2. I like the classic New York flavor. The H&H has a lot of flavor. Their everything bagels are amazing. Their other bagels are also amazing. But Young like black seed better. Now here we come to my favorite bagel place, or what used to be my favorite bagel place in New York City. This is H&H Bagels. It opened up in 1972 on the Upper West Side at Broadway. Here on the Upper East Side, they opened up a shop in 1978. It quickly became a favorite of locals as well as tourists. I always thought it was the best bagel in the city, way back when I first started coming here in the early, like 2001, 2002. The Upper West Side location went bankrupt in 2011, and this one here on the Upper East Side is still left. And so we've decided to come here to try some of their bagels here. With scallion, cream cheese, and tomato, and one everything bagel with egg and cheese.
Both, right?
Both, yeah. So I got my typical favorite, everything bagel, scallion, cream cheese, and tomato. Young got her typical favorite, egg sandwich with egg and cheese. No bacon on hers this time. After 23 years of my eating H&H Bagels, I gotta say that's still an amazing bagel. Incredible. Something I could say, a genuine New Yorker, self-respecting, would never toast a fresh bagel because they say that you ruin the freshness of the bagel by doing it, but I don't care. I like it toasted. Crispy, chewy, really flavorful. Okay, this is Young's. It's gooey and cheesy. She likes gooey, cheesy bagels. Still delicious, really good. I prefer it with bacon, but it's good without. No, this is still really chewy. This is a little more crisp on the outside, not as soft on the outside, and it's a little fluffier. But we both agree on number one, though for different reasons.
I know, number one.
Russ and Daughters.
Russ and Daughters bagel.
Really surprised me that they had
God.
such a good bagel. I thought...
Good bagel,
Yeah.
good cream cheese,
Yeah.
good salmon.
Yeah. See, I thought Russ and Daughters was getting all that rave because they make the best smoked fish in town. And so everybody says, oh, they have the best lox, they have the best Nova, they have the best sturgeon. That's what you put on a bagel. That's what everybody loves. And I will tell you, I don't like that on a bagel. I don't like fish bagels. It's not my thing, you know, but the bagel itself was the tastiest, the softest inside with the crispest outside, and it was a really flavorful bagel. Delicious. I got mine just, again, scallion cream cheese and tomato for me. She got hers with regular cream cheese and lox, and she said the lox was amazing, and she thought the bagel was amazing.
Yeah.
And I thought the
In
bagel
fact,
itself
I
was
want to
amazing.
get one tomorrow morning.
We probably
before
will.
we leave.
Before we leave, we're going to get ourselves a Russ and
Another
Daughters
one.
bagel.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. So whenever we pass the Russ and Daughters, there's a long line. And Steve always tells me it's worth it to wait
It
in
is.
line.
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
We're in line in front of Russ and Daughters. Russ and Daughters is what they call a package store here in New York. This is one of the first package stores that opened up here. It opened right around the turn of the 20th century. It's known for having the best smoked fish in New York City. They also say their bagels are very good, but I don't know if their bagels are very good because they like the lox on the bagels or whether the bagels themselves are very good. I personally, as you know, don't like fish bagels, so we're probably not going to get one of those, but we'll see how the bagels are afterwards. They also have excellent babka. Their rugula is very good, and their halava is very good. So, and they have a whole bunch of other stuff. You'll see. Well, that is a darn good bagel. I will say that the quality of the bagel is something more than just the quality of the fish, because the bagel's good, had a nice crispy snap on the outside. It's very chewy inside. The flavor is really good. It's there. I definitely would say this is one of the better bagels I've had, and I don't get it with lox, you know, so it's definitely the bagel that's good and not necessarily the fish. I hope you enjoyed this video. We certainly enjoyed making it. I enjoyed many of the bagels I had. And so next time you're in New York, be sure to visit one or all of these bagel locations. I'll sure visit them all next time. I think that's going to be fun. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. We can always use that. It helps our channel. It helps other people discover us. And by the way, if you know other people who love bagels or just food in general, tell them about our channel. Share this thing. Let them know. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know which of these were your favorite. And in the future, stay tuned, and we're going to bring you more food adventures.